Uh, Warm welcome to you, Rakul, to this summit.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone.
To start the conversation, I would like to know, you were busy doing acting, you were busy on the sets, you were busy with your fitness regime. When did you decide to actually become an entrepreneur, and what triggered that decision?
I think from the time I was a kid, I loved being busy. I, I had a very hectic schedule even when I was a toddler, thanks to my parents. So, doing multiple things was a part of my growing up. And I always believed that there was no other way. You can, as a human being, not just be unidimensional, and you have to keep trying different things, explore different possibilities. And when I started, of course, acting being my first love, very early on, I think it was 2015, 14, 15, when I started weighing the idea of, sort of having a business. And the first time I ventured in one was having a chain of gyms, the first one having started in 2015. And I think that time I was just 3, 4 years into the movies. And that's just, I think, a personality trait, because I was like, okay, I am doing this, but what else can I do? And I'm a person who can only dabble in things I understand, in fields I understand, which is why gym, because health and fitness is such an important part of my being. So yeah, that's how it began. I think from 2015, I started thinking, looking at other opportunities. You start meeting people, you have some interesting conversations. You see that there are so many brains and minds that are working behind, this entire boom of startups. So yeah, that's how my interest started. And slowly, I don't know it all, but I keep doing a little bit here and there to just, sort of, it's like a gamble. I
Great.
think any investment is like a gamble.
Great, great. We have a lot of founders over here who have started with their respective gap that they wanted to fill. And in one of your interviews, you mentioned that you invested in Nubu, which is a reusable diaper,
Yes.
because it makes the environment a better place. So is that one of the tick boxes one must, one of the check boxes one must tick in order to have an investment from you?
Well, not always. I mean, not every product can be sustainable, but in terms of Nubu, that was the reason that I got attracted to it. When I came on as a co-founder of the brand, and when I heard these girls, Shreya and Janvi, that come to me, and I heard the idea, I was really fascinated, because as a layman who's not a mother, who has no kids around, none of my friends have, like, I mean, I've not been a part of those conversations. But yes, I've been extremely involved in sustainable measures, and as actors, you keep talking about so many things. I was with PETA for a year while I was vegan, just the period that I was vegan. So there's a lot of insight that you get into, the world of sustainability. Now, Nubu interested me because it's reusable diapers, and when I heard the facts and figures, I was astonished. A normal child, like a baby, till the age of 2.5, 3 years, uses about 5,000 diapers. And each diaper takes about 500 years to decompose.
Wow.
So, which means the first diaper ever made on the planet is still lying somewhere. And then we talk about, we're multiplying at a rate which is non controllable, but we need to save the planet for the future generations. So I thought, yes, from this angle, I support the idea. There are so many kids being born. And then there's also, see, there are also other disadvantages of your disposable diapers, which is like using plastic. They have something called SAPs, which is what causes the rashes and irritation with kids. So yeah, there were multiple factors where I thought with Nubu you just need 15. And it's reusable, it's made with cotton and bamboo, it's good for the planet, it's good for the child, it's cost saving. And these girls were set out to do something great, and I thought, as a responsible citizen of the planet, this is a brand I need to support.
Great, great initiative. Can we have a round of applause, Vince? I mean, 15 diapers for a kid's lifetime is really a good
Yeah.
reduction. Another such investment is well-being. I mean, you are an ambassador to healthy lifestyle, and fitness has been one of the things that has always motivated you. Talk us more about that investment.
So, like I said in the beginning, 2015, I started my own gym, and post that, there was a lot of. I love reading about fitness. I love reading about a healthy way of life. I do not believe in fads or, going into extreme form of being, where people cut carbs and do this and that. So when I was talking to the founder of Wellbeing, we were just having a conversation and we really hit it off in a sense that, not a lot of people know the details of products. Like I was asking him questions like, okay, so how are you making your collagen? Are you adding anything which is not, organic? So I really believed, and then I tried a bunch of products of Wellbeing on myself, and I really liked them. A lot of times we have issues with protein powders which are not gut friendly, but I really liked the Well-Being one because it did not bloat me. And having been a fitness enthusiast, I was pretty aware of the other products in the market which were quite artificial. So I believed in the brand's ethos, and I believed that it could grow, and that happened. It did grow pretty well. So yeah, that's how well-being began. So I think for me, primarily, it was the belief in the kind of products they were making and how genuine and true they were to even stating those products on everything that was manufactured by the company, and the passion of the founder.
Fantastic. At this stage, I need to ask you this question. I mean, we have seen, I've been covering brands and launches a lot, and we have seen actors and celebrities getting into the makeup category or the beauty category organically, and it is considered to be a natural extension of what they have been doing for the longest of time. You seem to have, taken a different path altogether. So how was the reaction when you discussed in your closed circuit that you would like to, invest in such products or launch such products?
I don't discuss in the close section for firstly like close friends. I mean, it's something that I'm doing professionally, and it's not, if it's by the way a discussion, oh guys, I think this brand is great, you should use it. It's like that. But it's not like I take an approval. I discuss with my father. Of course, him and me, we take informed decisions. But yeah, possibly the natural transition into makeup didn't happen because I'm not a very makeup person. I'm not someone who likes to wear makeup when I'm off duty. And it's not something that comes naturally to me. Like I said, that I can only invest or do business in something that I truly understand. If someone comes and tells me, here's the money, and make a makeup category, I can't do it because I do not know what goes into the product. I wouldn't be of any value. I can't try it on myself because I can't do makeup to save my life. Thanks to the team, they helped me with it. So I just want to be authentic with a brand that I choose to invest in, or at least I have some idea, or if not me, my father has some idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. You have been part of shows and movies, and then you are brand ambassadors to some of the most iconic brands in India. Is there a lot of change or transition needed when you don the hat of of an investor or an entrepreneur?
I think both the things, endorsing a brand and investing in a brand, are very different. As in, when you come in as a brand ambassador, you're actually an actor who's the face of that brand. I'm not involved in the making of the product or getting into the details of sales or getting into how they're reaching their target audience, all of that. But having said that, when you're an investor, you have your weekly calls, you're getting a lowdown on how it's doing, if there are any feedbacks, how can we improve. So you're involved in a day-to-day, not day-to-day, but a week-to-week process. And I feel it's very different because you're betting on, when you're endorsing, you're already endorsing an established brand.
Yeah.
And when you're an investor, largely you start at a lower level, when it's seed funding or when it's just beginning, when it's a newer brand and you believe in the ideology of the brand. So I think both function very differently.
Correct. And there are many actors who must be aspiring to be ambassadors of one of the brands that you own or you have co-founded. Are you open to that? Will you have another brand ambassador, another actor as a brand ambassador for any of your brands?
Of course, why not? I mean, I've never really thought of it because so far I've not come across a brand that. Actually, there is. Actually, one of the brands now just thinking of it, there is one of the brands that I'm an investor of,
Okay.
which is endorsed by someone else because I am endorsing a competitive brand. So that's
Okay.
the business side of me, and that brand came to me much later than my endorsement. So yeah, I mean, sometimes it's business and it's my profession, so it's two very different things.
Great. And how is it when you are planning to raise funds or maybe pitching to investors, being an actor yourself? That must be a completely
That
different
part
world.
I don't do. That part I don't do. See, I think it's very important when you make your core team, it's very important to compartmentalize what is my forte and what is that other people bring to the table. I do not come into things that I am not an expert of. You
Okay.
know, I have not studied business.
Mhm.
But yes, I understand media and entertainment. I understand how to reach out to your target audience, how to sort of market the product, what should be your distribution. You know, I understand those basics. So I bring that and the visibility to a brand. I can bring you a little bit of feedback and making sure that the brand is reaching to people. But when it comes to the and I'm a maths graduate, so a little bit of math I can add. But when it comes to pitching, honestly, there is no time, and I think that'll only happen if that is my day job.
Okay.
You know, because when you really have created a product from scratch,
Mhm.
and that is my only day job, then I can find time to go and do, investors and do those meetings. So I think it's very important to have a team, and I do have with all the brands, where there are people who pitch, there are people who curate, there are people who distribute. So it's sort of, you know,
Great. To know more about your brand of leadership, I mean, you mentioned about weekly investor calls and sales numbers, and you are a mathematics graduate yourself, so you must be asking the number questions as well. So, what is Rakul Preet Singh's brand of leadership in the boardrooms?
Well, I do my calls not from boardrooms, but from Zoom calls wherever I'm shooting. But yeah, I think my brand of leadership is to keep everyone together. I think being a leader is actually the most difficult task because it's an art to lead. To make people believe that you know it without coming across as stern, but yet firm.
Okay.
So I feel it's an art. And I think for me, like I said, it is about a collective effort. It is about listening to everybody and then taking an informed decision and giving my opinion and then seeing what best is sort of resonating with everyone.
Fantastic. We have time for just two more questions, and I would like to know on behalf of all the startups who will actually see this and are here, what are the check boxes one must tick to get an investment from you? And what is it that you evaluate? Is it the investor's conviction, or is it the entrepreneur's conviction, or is it the brand value? What are the check boxes?
I think first and foremost, I believe that you're not investing in a brand, you're investing in the person who's driving the brand. So it has to be the passion and conviction of that particular person. Like I say, I dream, breathe, live films. This is something I can do 24 hours. So the
Okay.
person who I'm investing with should be able to work on his product 24 hours. You know, that's the kind of passion, that's the kind of craziness that you require if you really want to build a global brand or a national brand. So I think first and foremost is that. And second, I need to sort of resonate with the product a little, believe in your 5-year plan or 10-year plan. You need to have a futuristic plan. And you need to have ideas about how you're going to tackle competition. So I think a little bit of intellect, a little bit of future planning, a little bit of connect with the brand. Like I said, I don't think I can be an investor in something that I don't understand.
Okay, great. Last question, if money was not the problem and there is a business that you would want to invest, which you have not already, what would that business be?
I am someone who's very fond of food.
Okay.
And I would love to invest in something to do with F&B. And that's on my mind. I mean, whether it is a restaurant in the future or have my own restaurant or in an F&B brand. Um, but yeah, largely. But then again, it has to be health oriented.
Okay.
I can't be selling chips. I'll not be able to sleep at night with myself. So I need to, I definitely want to explore. And today there's a boom of the health market in
Correct.
F&B industry. So I'd love to do something there.
Fantastic. It was lovely having this conversation with you.
Likewise.
And thank you very much. May I please have a round of applause for the investor and the entrepreneur, Rakul Preet Singh.
Thank you.
Can we take one question from the audience? Maybe, you also get to be a part of it more. Two questions? Great. Thank you, Miten. I got the permission for two questions. Anybody with a question, please raise the hand. I've seen the first hand up.
Hi, Rakul.
Hi.
This is Raja from Nika.
Hi.
I think we heard your role models in the media But if you have to call out your role model as a business person or an investor, who would that be?
Your role model.
My role model as an investor, I've really honestly never thought of it. I think I go with a lot of gut instinct, and there's not just one person. There's so many people who are doing great overall. I think nationally. Yeah, I mean, I've really never thought of it. And you want me to answer from the industry? Role model from the industry as an investor, or just as an investor?
Anybody,
Just as an
even from media or as a business, you know.
I'll be honest, I haven't really thought of a role
Sure.
model. I go with my gut instinct, I go with what I believe in, and I do understand that investment is like a gamble, like I was earlier saying. Either it can be 0 or it can be 100. So I'm prepared for that. It's a risk that you take, and then I go by my gut.
You're like Gen Z.
One more question. Yeah.
That lady was
Okay.
there.
Yeah, good afternoon, Preeti.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah. I like to ask you, how can you manage your time with being a great actress as well as a great entrepreneur? Can you
How do I manage time?
Time.
time? Yeah.
Well, I feel that if you really have a will, there's always a way. If we can find time as human beings to gossip, to watch TV, to laze around, we can also find time to work. And I am someone who's like a compulsive walking, talking timetable. I cannot help it. That comes from my army upbringing. So I just feel that if there's a will, you'll always find time.
So
So you sort of just have to plan your day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We had time for 2 questions and we took the questions.
Thank you so very
Over
much.
to you, Mithun.
Thank you. Can we have a loudest round of applause for Anirban Roy Choudhury? What a
you.
perfect moderator. Rakul will keep you on stage for 1 more minute as I request my friend Gaurav Srivastava, Product Head, ET Retail and Government, BFSI, to please come on stage and felicitate you with the gift, please. And can we have a loudest round of applause for Rakul, Preet Singh, please, everybody. A loudest one. This is the moment, right? I request you all to please give a loudest round of applause. Thank you, Gaurav. Now, Rakul, before you go, I have to know a little more about your personal side, your brand side, what you like to shop, where you like to shop, and what you do on a never have I ever kind of a round. So this is going to be for you, and let's add more fun to this. Before that, I have a quick question to ask you. Which is your favorite shopping brand, clothing brand?
I'm a bad shopper. I can't pick favorites here. Are you asking me to brand endorse? I'm not endorse a brand here on a public platform. I'll tell you secretly.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, let's go.
No, but I'm truly a bad shopper. I really shop off my stylist, literally. When she brings clothes for trials, I'm like, okay, this is what we've selected to wear, and I like this, I like this, I like this, so give me the bill for this, I'll pay for it. So I see, because it becomes difficult to go to a mall and shop, so I literally shop off whatever they've bought from multiple brands.
That's from the rich people, right?
It's not about rich, it's just about, like I said, saving time.
Saving time, very important. Okay, let's go. Rapid fire. Let's see
Yeah.
how much do we know about Rakul Preet here. Never have I ever re-gifted a gift.
As kids, we've all done that.
Audience, have you done that?
Yeah,
Everybody's done
Come
that.
on, yeah, guys. Yeah. Our parents used to say, "Tumhare paas, you already have a Ludo set, give this other Ludo set."
That's
We've all done
true.
that.
Never have I ever got a tattoo that I regret.
Never.
Okay.
I can't.
Never have I ever binged my own movie.
Binged? I've watched, but I don't binge while watching a movie.
That's I have, by the way.
So I've watched a
Okay,
film,
watched.
but
Okay.
I've not binged.
Never have I ever got excited for a sale online for a favorite brand.
I have. And not now. I mean, I still get excited. Why not? I mean, money's hard earned.
Never have I ever lied on a talk show.
No, I don't think so. Or maybe I have. I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. Never have I ever enjoyed a chat show as much as today here at ET Retail Summit.
This is pressure, guys.
Just say I have never.
This is really, I've never enjoyed. Okay, let's just say I've had some interest. No, I really, really, really enjoyed this one.
Of course. Can we have a loudest round of applause for Rakul, Preet? Thank you so much, Rakul, Preet.
Thank you.
Before you go, just quickly, if you have to share your experience of being here in one word or one line, what would that be?
Oh, it's been amazing. It was such an interesting, insightful conversation. It's very different from the kind of interviews that we do. So I was glad to have some interesting conversations going rather than how are you feeling your film is releasing today. No, I feel bad. So it's great to have intelligent conversations and being in a room of so many investors and like-minded people. So it's great. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here.
Thank you so very much. Our pleasure. Can we have a loudest round of applause for the one and only Rakul Preet Singh? Thank you again. And I will take the mic from you. Thank you so much again. And